They said, some people are born into wealth. Others, they're born into struggle. Shen thought he knew which one he was. The sales office buzzed with noise, phones ringing, deals closing, egos clashing. But in the corner, Shen sat quietly. Top intern. Best results. Lowest respect. Rural background, figures. A colleague chuckled behind him. Probably smells like soil. Shen didn't react. Didn't argue. Didn't defend himself. Because results spoke louder. And he had plenty. His phone buzzed. A message from home. We sold another batch of crops today. Don't worry about us. Eat well. His grip tightened slightly. They always said that. Even when they had nothing. Then, the office went silent. Luxury cars. Black. Polished. Untouchable. Stopping right outside. Men in suits stepped out. Cold eyes. Controlled movements. Not the kind of people who visited places like this. And then, they walked straight toward him. Shen. Not a question. A statement. You need to come with us. He didn't stand. Didn't panic. Didn't ask why. He just looked at them, calmly. Why? I'm working. A pause. Then. It concerns your birth. Silence. The air shifted. Shen slowly leaned back, eyes steady. Unreadable. After this. He stood. Cold. Detached. Don't contact me again. Most people dream of being rich. Shen was about to be handed wealth. And he didn't want it. The room smelled sterile. Expensive. Empty. No parents. No family. Just a secretary. You were switched at birth. No apology. No hesitation. The words hung, like they meant nothing. Your biological family is the Liu family. One of the most powerful families in the city. They are willing to acknowledge you. Willing. Shen let out a faint breath. Almost a laugh. When the test is over, we're done. The secretary frowned slightly. You don't understand what this means. Shen's eyes didn't change. I understand perfectly. A beat. Then. You think this is an opportunity? His voice dropped. Flat. I think it's a mistake. What happens when the lost heir refuses to come home? Truth doesn't always arrive with meaning. Sometimes. It just confirms what you already decided. The envelope slid across the table. No need to open it. The secretary spoke calmly. It's positive. Silence. You are the biological son of the Liu family. No applause. No emotion. No reunion. Chairman Liu is busy. Madam Liu is on vacation. With their son. Their son. Shen nodded once. Understood. No anger. No disappointment. Just nothing. He stood up. The secretary hesitated. You're not surprised? Shen paused at the door. Should I be? And then. He just left. Some people chase money. Others get chosen by it. The streets were quiet. Night settling in. Shen walked alone. Hands in pockets. Mind empty. Then. A voice. Not outside. Inside. System binding successful. He stopped. Wealth domination system activated. Silence. What? Initial mission assigned. A screen appeared. Clear. Impossible. Spend $50,000 reward, $500,000. Shen stared at it. Ridiculous. But. Something about it. Didn't feel like a joke. Countdown. 10 minutes. His eyes sharpened. Fine. Every empire starts with a single decision. The store clerk barely looked at him. Budget section is over there. Shen ignored him. Picked what he needed. Walked to the counter. $50,000. Payment confirmed. Nothing happened. The clerk smirked. Told you. Ding. Shen's phone lit up. $500,000 received. Silence. The clerk froze. Shen didn't smile. Didn't react. Just looked at the screen. And understood. So, it's real. How far can one man go when money starts obeying him? The first time could have been a coincidence, a mistake, a glitch. She didn't believe in miracles, so he tested it. Not recklessly, carefully. Another purchase. Not too big, not too small, just enough to matter. He watched the screen this time. Didn't look away, didn't blink. The balance dropped. Silence. Then, ding. It came back. More than before. Exactly as promised. No delay. No error. She exhaled slowly. Not surprised. Just certain. This isn't luck. A quiet realization. It's consistent. Repeatable. Reliable. His fingers tapped lightly against the desk. Not nervous. Thinking, because if something like this exists, then it isn't about money anymore. It's about how far he's willing to go. And Shi will take it to its limit. The system didn't speak often, but when it did, it mattered. New mission available. Shi looked at the screen. Calm. Focused. Limited duration. 48 hours. He didn't react. Until the last line appeared. 100x cashback. Silence. The room felt smaller. Not because he was overwhelmed, but because he understood. This wasn't an opportunity. It was leverage. He leaned back slightly, ran the numbers in his head. $500,000 times 100. $50 million. Not potential. Guaranteed. As long as he executed it properly. No mistakes. No hesitation. His eyes shifted slightly. Not excitement. Focus. Because this wasn't about spending anymore. It was about timing. And control. She stood up. Grabbed his jacket. And walked out. Because if the system opened a door, he wasn't going to knock. He will barge every door down. 48 hours. One decision. How much is he willing to risk? Most people will hesitate. When large amounts of money are involved. They think. They doubt. They delay. She didn't. Not because he was reckless. Because he understood the rules. Every dollar spent wasn't disappearing. It was returning. Multiplied. So he didn't waste time. He chose carefully. A house. Not flashy. But solid. Something real. Something that wouldn't disappear. Then. A car. Reliable. Clean. Nothing excessive. Just enough. Each decision, deliberate. Each transaction, controlled. No emotion. Only calculation. Time kept moving. Quietly. Relentlessly. 48 hours wasn't long, and Shi knew. This window would close. So he kept going. Step by step. No rush. No panic. Just precision. Until everything was spent. He stopped. Looked at the total. Then finally, waited. Not anxiously, but patiently. Like someone who already knew the result. The notification came quietly. No sound. No warning. Just a number. $50 million. For a moment. Nothing changed. Same room. Same silence. But Shi knew. Everything had changed. He didn't celebrate. Didn't react. Just stared at the screen. For a second longer than usual. Then, he picked up his phone. The call connected quickly. Xiaoxi, did you eat? His mother's voice. Soft. Familiar. The tension in his shoulders loosened. Just a little. I did. A pause. You. We're fine, she laughed lightly. Your father just came back from the field. I'm here, his father's voice cut in, calm as ever. Don't listen to her. She worries too much. A small silence. Shi looked out the window. At a city that suddenly felt too small. Come visit me. Not forced. Not distant. Just simple. I'll come pick you up. His mother hesitated. The city is expensive. We don't want to trouble you. It's not trouble. His voice softened. Please. I just want you here. Silence. Then, a quiet agreement. Because when he said it like that, they couldn't refuse. They arrived the next day. Same clothes. Same smiles. Nothing about them had changed. And yet, everything around them had. The city moved too fast. Too loud. Too cold. But she walked beside them. Not ahead. Not behind. Beside. His mother kept looking around. Curious. Careful. Everything is so big here. His father said nothing. Just observed. Like he always did. She watched them quietly. Then, made a decision. Not sudden. Not impulsive. Something he had already chosen, the moment he saw that number. The first apartment. His mother thought it was a joke. The second, she stopped laughing. By the third, she held his arm. Xiaoxi, what is this? 10. All under their names. His father finally spoke. This isn't right. She turned to them. Calm. Steady. I invested in something, a while ago. Not a lie. Just not the whole truth. It paid off. Silence. His mother's eyes were already red. You don't have to do this for us. She shook his head slightly. I'm not doing it for you. A pause. Then, softer. I'm doing it so you can rest. No more fields. No more worrying. No more pretending everything was fine. Just peace. His father looked at him for a long time. Then gave a small nod. Not approval. Understanding.